impact on SPY right now than what happened yesterday.
The two big things for this week still are quantitative tightening and the options expirations on Friday. And there's still a whole heavy amount of SPY options expirations that are puts still in play, as I saw yesterday. So, yeah, I don't anticipate much of a downward move in SPY until next week.
So this is the scare, make us sell more weaponry, especially like the HIMARS kind of thing.
Can I ask a quick play? I can't stay long today, but ASTS has been talked about almost every day recently. It's post-earnings now, and I wonder if post-earnings and watching the immediate response, if there are any changes in people's opinions in terms of plays on that stock.
It dumped really hard because people profited off of it. It successfully launched a satellite and unfurled its solar array, but its network of satellites is like 175 satellites. So they plan to launch like 5 next year. But all that news and all that hype for it was either off of that or Mikasa's thing of saying, "Ooh, I made a lot of money," and then he sold a lot of it and dumped. So I don't think that it's going to spike crazy right now. But that's my opinion on it.
So I found out yesterday ASTS is the only company that's not working with astronomers to give them tracking data on where the satellites or whatever are going to be so that they don't mess up their images. What that means is that if ASTS doesn't start working with them the way that what SpaceX has done, they're going to start getting pissed off, and it's just going to be a lot of bad PR for ASTS.
That's quite the dick move.
It is, and these things are they're huge, and they also are and I think they're the brightest thing in the sky now besides the ISS. That after it unfurled, I think that's the brightest thing in the sky now besides the ISS.
Yeah, I think it's in lower orbit than the ISS, isn't it?
They're pissed. Like, they're pissed.
Has anyone talked about 4-dimensional molecular therapeutics yet?
No, but do we got a play involving this stuff?
So I was checking this out yesterday. Your boy was 2 days ago. He was around $13. 2 other firms midday put him up from 13 to 20 something, and then aftermarket on the 14th, they released their clinical trials for a gene therapy. So this isn't just like a regular drug. This isn't like the laser therapy. Okay, I gotta kind of go back. So the
stock symbol.
What's the ticker?
FDMT, 4-dimensional molecular therapeutics. They are what?
Is this CRISPR?
CRISPR.
No, it's not a CRISPR, guys. It's
I apologize.
company.
This is just it's kind of new. It just barely popped up above the 500 million is why I'm bringing this up. He's at 600 something million right now. Goldman Sachs upgraded them from $12 price target to 68. Obviously, it's not going to spike to 68 immediately, but it did go from 13 to 19 something really quick. The clinical trials for its gene therapy actually prevent multiple different things that cause age-related macular degeneration. So basically, people that relied on laser and injections like very heavily throughout a year, like 12 or something injections into their freaking eyes. And those injections, by the way, cause crazy irritation, and they can do a whole bunch of other things because it's your freaking eyes. This gene therapy came out to be incredibly tolerable and safe and did not have any statistically significant level of side effects. And
Is this friendly advice, or did you read the publisher?
I read the stuff and I understand what it means because I study pharmacy. So basically, this reduced a person's need of getting like 12 something injections a year to like 1.
I think, didn't you post all this in Discord?
I posted a bunch of it in Discord, and I tried to post something close to a DD. I don't know the fundamentals for the stock. I know that it's crap right now, but I understand the pharmacy behind it and what's this
ticker?
like. It's FDMT, and these guys, they have like 5 separate products right now in the pipeline. All of them are passing their clinical phase 1-2 trials. So that's a really big deal. And when those things actually hit market, it's an even bigger deal, because if you've developed a drug, you basically get a monopoly on it by the FDA for a certain amount of years according to its indication.
They pass phase 1 or phase 3?
Phase 1 and 2. All of these are at phase 1 and 2. The freaking visual mod bot didn't let me post anything about it, even though it was 100 mil above the cap limit.
He can be an asshole sometimes. Sorry about that.
He's a dick.
He is.
I think that's
But we
because
love him.
it's only above the cap because over the last 5 days it's ran 120%.
Yeah.
That's quite the spike, buddy. I mean, don't you think it's going to maybe come back down just because?
Well, this is a long thing. I'm gonna say, like, I think there's hype about it right now, but you could maybe make money off of it. I'm not sure about this week. I can't say that, but I know in the long term, when a company is developing 5 products that have already passed clinical phase 1 and 2, that's a really big deal.
Are you holding shares?
Yes.
How many?
Not enough to be big wig like you guys. I also have several calls on it actually that they made.
Yeah, it's cool.
What price calls?
I got 17.5, and I also have like 20 and 25.
What's the ticker again?
FDMT.
F as in Frank, D as in Delta, M as in Mary, T as in Tango.
Yes.
That's incorrect, but I'll allow it.
I don't
Sorry about
understand any of this. I need your version.
Starts with fuck.
I don't want to get banned like.
No, we're
Like,
streaming to Twitch and YouTube, sad.
Okay, I'll behave.
Yeah, be a good boy.
All right,
Three.
that's a bad
How long-
idea.
Sorry, I was gonna say, how far along are they in the phase 3 of the trials? Do you know?
They're not.
They're not. So if you look on their website, their 5 products are at or just barely passing phase 1 and 2.
Good. And they're not even back to their IPO price yet. They're IPO'd at like 22. So
Yep.
So this is a true pump.
Yeah, this is a big league pump for sure.
It's either a pump or a squeeze.
It's a major league pump.
But the
Volume's up
premium
here,
for the
too.
contracts is pretty substantial right now.
Short interest is 10.11%.
Not much volume either on options.
It's got a gap to fill.
Yeah,
The
like
volume
it's probably something long term, more likely than short term. I don't know if anybody with all their ridiculous Greek knowledge for this can understand how to do something in the short term. But if you can, good for you. But like I said, I know drug stuff, and 5 drugs passing clinical 1 and 2 is huge.
Well, I could use a reconnected retina there.
I have
there's
one
one thing.
question for you, buddy. There's an open interest of 2 on the $17.50 calls for January. Is that you, or is that your 2 calls?
Don't worry about it.
A lot of a lot of drugs do pass 1 and 2. They're smaller trials with a lot less subjects. 3 is really where you get the volume of subjects and really determine efficacy and harmfulness. I wish it luck, but at the same time, I've got a ton of other 1s and 2s that pass that I'm more interested in right now.
Yeah. So just like a comment, I've been here for a while. I work in healthcare regulatory. I work in the compliance section of Center for Medicare Medicaid Services. This is literally like pharmaceutical is a gambling play for anything and everything. I've been bearish for pharmaceutical because FDA's been heavily scaling back on exploratory drug discoveries. But like this drug sounds pretty promising because a lot of boomers need to get their eyes fixed so they can watch porn. But with that said, that's helicopter said is absolutely correct. Like the phase 1 and 2, they're like very, very small selective. Basically, it's like a proof of concept. And then phase 3 is when they actually go into like heavy duty clinical trial when they actually have like meaningful statistics where you can have like a good spread on exactly where the issues are and where have they fine tuned. And even when it passes clinical trial, companies will look at the fundamental value when it comes to profitability and competition, because by then they may have other competition that would achieve similar effect but cost significantly less. And then, so that's the bearish thesis. But a bullish thesis is that maybe like a major pharma will buy them to reduce that competition. So I mean, there's a lot of things at play when it comes to pharmaceuticals. That's why like the saying, play the hype, buy into the hype and sell the news, because you don't know what's gonna happen. And even with like in the government, like even everybody's joking about like insider trading for FDA approvals, they don't even get them right like half of the time because they don't know how much money these drugs will actually make. You can have like a fucking panacea, aka like the drug that can cure anything and everything. It could cost like $1 trillion per pill. Nobody's going to afford it. Nobody's going to make money on it. So this is kind of like the error on the side culture for all players in this pharmaceutical game, and probably the fact with like a lot of emerging technology, because you want to look at profitability when, especially with like fundamental analysis in this in this climate where exploratory and like high risk speculative plays are basically being trimmed. So this is just my 2 cents. But I like the play. I like the idea. I will play with shares because it's so illiquid right now with the option chain. But that's this is just my opinion.
I'll touch back on the pharmacoeconomics of that. So you understand, companies run cost benefit analyses that base these off of the quality of life improvement. These are called quality adjusted life years, QALYs, for pharmacoeconomics. So the whole point of this specific treatment is it will drastically improve the quality of life of people that have to get shitty low-tech injections into their eyes 12 times a year. So this right now is a small sample size, but the sample that they did was actually a really good sample where they took people with the shittiest eyesight problems that needed the most amount of injections, and they reduced that from like 12 injections a year to maybe 1. So the quality adjusted life years you can take out of that are massive already, because you're not getting a shitty injection that does have side effects, and you're getting a gene therapy that prevents the actual this is from their website, of course, so it's probably souped up language, but they refer to it as directed evolution and Nobel Prize winning technology that's actually gone into the development of this certain drug, and with this from the pharmacoeconomic standpoint, companies are going to look at how much it costs me to make these old people be able to see better, right? And if they have to spend, if an insurance company, right, from the pharmacoeconomic standpoint of, I have to look at this from the standpoint of the payer. The payer is the insurer, right? It's not going to be Grandpa Joe. It's the insurer. The payer is going to see that he has to pay for one treatment instead of 12 over a year, and that's going to be a really big sell. Remember that this isn't for what you pay over the counter, but insurers decide a lot of these prices, and insurers are the ones that
So-
are going to
But
be making
the insurer would be Medicare. These are all for boomers and they're right that are 60s, 70s, 80s. So it's the
it's
government.
anybody that has age-related macular degeneration. So with this, they're going to want to pay less, and seeing that it's most likely going to be paying less for one treatment instead of 12, right? And that it improves them and gives them quality adjusted life years of whatever the shit it's going to be, whatever that equals of. I don't have to get 11 injections into my eyes, additional injections into my eyes every year, so I can stop.
I see your point.
This degeneration.
I see your point, and I see a lot of things actually. The one thing I don't see is continued plays, and I see a lot of comments in here. Just they feel like we're getting a car warranty here, so
Yeah.
we could just.
Sorry about that. I'm just explaining the pharmacoeconomics for it. My bad.
Can we get the ticker one more time for that?
So the
Yeah, it's gonna
ticker
be
is
F-
Foxtrot Delta Mike Tango, FDMT. Thank you, Salt Farmer, for sharing your play.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Speaking of selling the news, I think someone had mentioned that DWAC had been pumping for quite some time and then started to fall based on, what the market felt like Trump was running for presidency or not. But now that he's announced that he's running for presidency, the stock is down 5%. So I think that's feels like a good example of sell the news.
Absolutely. I think the major issue was that the hype was that was where he was going to announce it. And I think that, like I said before, there were people listening from every major news station. As soon as he announced his bid for presidency, everybody covered it.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound like there's a play there. Maybe let's talk about some stuff where there are plays or opportunities to make money.
I have one.
So the play for DWAC, if anyone wants to join in, I'm looking at doing a buy right against them, selling a December 16 $12.50 call for at least $13, and then buying 100 shares at around $24 a share. I'll see if I can get filled at those prices. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be worth it for me.
Oh, we'll never say never. All right. Sorry. Who else had plays that?
Next.
I'm looking at SPY's Max Payne 395 for today. Just taking a look at it. Just thinking about it.
With quantitative tightening, I think you get there. After hours, Nvidia goes off. I'm still going to be playing a put on them. I think they've made adjustments since the last earnings, but I don't think it can be that meaningful. I'm looking at the 155 strikes, probably about $2. Since options expirations are Friday, I will probably get out either way first thing, maybe 10:30 tomorrow.
Nice.
I posted an article in Discord yesterday about Walmart's $3 billion opiate settlement. Is that priced in, do we think? We talked about that.
That's like couch money for Walmart.
Yes, pocket change in it.
Couch money.
I mean, fair enough.
I'm thinking about, this is a contrarian play. It's kind of crazy going against oil, but I'm thinking end of year, a lot of funds are going to be taking profits in oil as it's one of the few year-to-date winners. And I just see a little bit of profit taking going into the end of the year, especially if the indices end up trending down. So calls on Drift, the 3X bear ETF for oil.
Are you giving us plays from a woman's bathroom?
No, I am actually on the bus right now. It's a nasty ass day in New York, so I can't bike.
What a dedicated Wall Street
sounds
bet
about
on
right.
a bus in New York.
If it is a
Take
bus,
break.
it still might be a woman's bathroom.
It sounds a lot like a woman's bathroom.
Yeah,
Why not
MTA
a-
buses are
why
not that good.
men's bathroom?
Technically, it is the men's bathroom.
I'm just wondering why the guy knows what a woman's bathroom sounds like so well.
Hey,
What a perv. What a filthy degenerate.
No, you're asking questions about the wrong motherfucker here. We're talking about the guy who's in the bathroom right now.
Hold up. Just for those who were asking about the DWAC play, it's now posted to the comments.
Thanks,
Thank
Hardy.
you, Hardy.
Thank you, Hardy. I was going to ask, but now I don't need to.
What's the difference between a bathroom and a bus? That is all. Good day.
Thank you. If that's your play, then good luck with it.
No. That just wanted to comment on that. I got something else for later.
Why later? Share it now.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind.
Step on it. What you got?
Didn't tell you how the fuck I came across. Oh no, I can't tell you how the fuck I came across. Wall Street Bets fucking about 45 minutes worth of comment reading. IMMX Biopharma. Every article that's come out, their fucking trial shit's hitting up at 70 to 80%. I've been holding them for maybe a year and a half now. They haven't.
What was that ticker? Sorry.
IMMX. Sorry, let me shut off the fucking TV in the back.
Yeah, and
I
is it
like
Pharma
their
Day or
market
what are we doing
cap's
here,
like
guys?
$12. Pretty baller.
I didn't hear either of you.
I
I
was
was
just
just
saying,
asking,
I
is it
like
Pharma
how
Day?
their market cap is like $12, and that's pretty baller.
Oh, fuck me. I forgot about that minor detail. Ignore me. Sorry.
I was just wondering if it's Pharma Day or what's going on exactly. I am going to go into BAC today on the call side. I'm bullish on finance market right now. And then I'm also going to be playing the Yang today.
Play with your Yang all day. We all support you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope it squeezes.
I'm still holding.
Well done, you fucks. Well done.
I'm still holding Nintendo, and looks like resistance is 10.30 a share there. We went under the other day when the market took a shit, but it popped right back up, and it's been at 10.25, 10.30 the whole time. I'm still expecting it to be up beyond my purchase price by next May.
I'm hoping it goes up at least another 10% or so eventually.
I'm looking for $11, and I'll be happy.
Like a Splatoon 3 spike gonna happen in Nintendo? Did that like not pan out or something?
No, Splatoon 3 is one of the biggest launches that's ever hit, and it's already priced in. What's not priced in is Breath of the Wild 2 comes out late in this play. I think that's May of next year. And between here and then, there's a lot of games that are coming out, including one that's releasing specifically in Japan. That is an MMO that I think, have ported over to the Switch such that it is no longer an MMO. Apparently, it's really, really popular in Japan. So apparently that's going to be a really big deal there. I don't know. So there's some stuff,
There's also the Super Mario movie comes out in April.
There's a Pokemon game that's coming out around Christmas. The Switch OLED version is the best-selling console right now.
Hey, we got some breaking news here. We got Target down 15% pre-market after earnings.
Holy shit!
Yeah, they reported earnings about an hour ago, and it wasn't good. Their retail theft was up a lot. So they got too much. So there's going to be a lot of changes they got to make. But yeah, they didn't do that.
They have cut the holiday guidance.
Yeah. Ooh, that's never a good sign.
No.
Wow,
Target's got a
holiday
target
guidance. Jesus.
Yeah.
Wait. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
That
means
means
they're not
usually that's your
expecting a
best
good
quarter in
Christmas.
retail.
Well, the only reason Walmart did so well this quarter is because they cut guidance the previous quarter.
True.
Yeah, but I don't think Target is going to benefit as much from the Santa holiday push.
Americans are running out of credit card space.
They're not getting insight in the holidays.
That's what buy now, pay later is for.
Yeah, exactly. Maxed out.
That
Speaking
reaches
of
my
that,
next
how will
play
those
of
plays work
Firm.
out in a couple of years?
So I'm gonna be
TJ
going in.
reported mediocre results as well. I think their home goods division actually went down in revenue or sales, so I'm expecting them to go down as well.
So if you shorted Target this week, congratulations.
Yeah, sorry. There's also BJ's reporting tomorrow morning. So is that another one to shoot down?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, all retail, man. Retail is taking a huge hit.
Big Lots is reporting soon too, isn't it?
So if retail is taking a huge hit, then I think we can probably say that the whole layaway thing is going to pop off for Christmas. So
True. Yeah, credit cards are going to be maxed out too.
So who offers it besides Walmart? Does Target offer layaway?
Walmart actually ended a layaway last year. They partnered with a firm.
Yeah, it's a firm right now.
Apple gives credit to anybody that with a pulse with their Apple Card. And that's tied to Goldman Sachs, actually. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of defaults in the next year on that.
Factory as well.
Wasn't there something about that? Like, I don't remember the news. Like, people weren't getting approved as much or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2021 news. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
going
no,
into
they have.
AFRM, Affirm Holdings. Looks like it's bottoming out here. They just had earnings on the 8th.
What's the symbol?
AFRM for Affirm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So looking at Target, is this sort of a nothing burger? Because it literally, I mean, I know it's like, oh, it's down 15%, but like literally it's at the price it was last week. It's like it ran up for a week and then it gave back all its gains. I mean, is this...
The street was expecting Santa Claus rally, but because of Target's lowered guidance, the dreams for a Santa Claus rally may be evaporating, and I'd be paying more attention to other consumer discretionary, the likes of Big Lots, Walmart, Dollar General, etc., to see if they're also going to have some form of ripple effect from this news.
Hey, Hardy, go ahead.
I'm wondering if we think. I'm sorry, you go ahead.
I was just going to say their dividend came out at $1.08, just like last time. Is that something to look at, consider?
That accounts for $1.08, you said, of their drop.
Yep.
And yeah, for the dividend's still the same. It hasn't changed.
The drop has also been on the order of $26 or $27 a share. So that's 4%. That accounts for 4% of the drop, roughly.
Thank you.
So there's still some meat on that bone to pick?
Oh, yeah.
They've had to break the bone to get the marrow.
So can I assume that like Costco, Lowe's, all those related companies will start falling pre-market?
Costco probably not, but I would pay most attention to Walmart, maybe Best Buy, BBY.
Oh, that's a good one. You're right.
Hardy, you said Big Lots. There's 3 Big Lots near me that are going out of business, and I'm wondering if a really shitty holiday season would just put that company down.
Well, that would apply to any brick and mortar retail company. So, which companies have the largest brick and mortar footprints that are seasonal from a holiday perspective? So, Home Depot and Lowe's, because they have that contractor business, probably not as affected as a Walmart or as a Target.
Macy's?
What about a Hobby Lobby? Are they public?
No idea. Macy's.
Hobby Lobby is privately owned.
Yeah,
Macy's I think has a much smaller brick and mortar footprint than they used to have. So it'll still affect them, yes, but I don't think to the extent that it has affected Target.
Well, let's go back to
Hardy, you're so wise.
Let's go back to Big Lots. You guys know Big Lots consist of stuff. The merchandise that they sell is stuff they've acquired from bankrupted other small companies, right? Small retailers. So that's ironic. If Big Lots go, I think that's a signal that all the shit's falling out, because that means even the bargain basement people that are gathering up bankruptcies are going bankrupt. That's not good.
Yeah, you should see how Ollie's Odd Lot Outlet is doing. It's a OLL. I think is the ticker. Ollie's Odd Lot Outlet. They're the same thing as Big Lots too. They're a regional chain though, and I'm surprised. You could probably look at them and get a feel for how the Northeast is doing.
OLL.
It's Ollie's. OLLIE.
OLLI is the ticker. I just pulled it up. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
They're actually just like Big Lots. They're a closeout sort of store. I actually love that fucking place.
I also love.
Is that Canadian or something? Is that in Canada?
Most of the ones I've been to are in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's safe to say we can all assume retail's not doing well this Christmas.
Yeah, and I know you guys don't like billionaire CEOs, but Jeff Bezos did come out a few days ago and say, hold off on big purchases. Hold off on big purchases. And I think, people are listening to that.
So what about then like durable goods, like your washing machines, your dryers, like you're looking at GE. They already took a hit though, didn't they?
That kind of stuff. He said, don't buy. He specifically mentioned, like widescreen TVs and things like that, like in that price range, big ticket items. He's like, hold off on buying that stuff.
So is there gonna be a Black Friday sale this year, or what are we trying to get at?
He's Cyber Monday all day. He knows that he's going to move the most product on that weekend, so it behooves him to tell people not to buy fucking TVs right now because they're going to be on sale on his website in a month.
I think the implication is there's going to be bigger sales in January and February. I mean, there's a lot of companies like on TV. We're seeing a lot of ads for pre-Big Friday sale. Like everyone is preempting Black Friday already.
Yeah, but I think tech's going to go down. I agree that after the holidays, you're going to get tech on big time sale. But I don't agree that Bezos said not to buy through the holiday seasons. That's
Do we
crazy.
have any tickers?
I think I don't have any tickers. I think I agree with the credit card statement. I don't think retail has any fucking money to spend, really.
Okay,
what's
so
on GME?
which market's gonna go down first? Clothes, electronics. What are we thinking? People gonna hold back on?
I don't think
Hold
it'll be
back on
electronic.
TVs would probably be it. I mean, they can't afford the 85-inch this year, so they're only going to get a 60.
Yeah.
No, they'll wait till
What?
January and get the
The
85.
horror.
I think it is safe to say that a lot of people that are going to be shopping this season are going to lean more towards gifts than they would their own personal stuff. So I would lean more towards like electronics than I would clothing.
Yeah,
We have
they're pretty steady.
sorry, we have a Sonos reporting later today. I don't think that's going to go very well.
Also, GE appliances, to my knowledge, are farmed out. It's just GE's white labeling someone else's appliances.
So Sonos guy, you got to play. You playing weekly puts? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm in the $15 puts. Let me just check what I bought. Sorry, I bought them yesterday. Yeah, $15 puts for this week.
Sweet. Good luck. Anybody else got some put action out there? What's going on?
AMC.
Hey,
Hey,
I got
good,
something. Sorry, go ahead.
hey, good morning, everyone. I'd like to start out by a quick shout out to Hardy for the Gamma cross list
Is
or
your
the
name
Delta
Charlie?
neutral cross list for CCL.
No, it's not.
puts.
It sure sounds like it.
Sounds like Ivy
Because
Crush.
I checked. It's not.
Anyway, my calls for today are Nvidia puts and Cisco puts, both announcing earnings after hours. I think they're going to have the same bad news as everyone else. Strong U.S. dollar, lower guidance, lower holiday sales. I'm taking short puts on both. My Nvidia puts are expiring this Friday, and then I got my Cisco puts expiring next Friday.
I'm with you on the Nvidia. I've not looked at the other one.
Yeah, I got a call back to the Nintendo guy. If you're looking at the Switches, their sales have been declining. I think last year they sold 8 million units, down from 28 million units in 2020. And then there's a huge burgeoning market of alternative handhelds in the same price range that work better ergonomically. Like there's the One X, the Steam Deck. So there's all these competitors right now that might be putting some downward pressure on your Nintendo stock.
Yeah, it's a software play. It's not necessarily the hardware play. The OLED, though, for the last 3 months has, if I remember correctly, has outplayed the other consoles by 10,000 units a month. I believe is what I saw. So I mean, there's still the Switch OLED is still on top. That list that I saw did not have the Steam Deck in it though, and I don't think
Yeah,
that
the
they're
Steam Deck
considering
just hit
that
a million
a
units.
console. Wait,
They
the
just
Steam
hit a
Deck?
million units, and their production is now. There's no longer a wait time to order the Steam Decks. That was like a big thing.
It's interesting that that wasn't in that list. I'm wondering if they're not seeing it as a console and they're seeing it as a handheld PC, and so it's not like the industry doesn't see it as competition. Does that make sense?
I think that it's kind of like a different demographic go for a Nintendo Switch than go for the Steam Deck. And I also think that MMO game that you said was coming to the Switch is not an MMO anymore, but it's addictive in Japan. I'm like
Yeah.
super bullish on that. I think that sounds like an ultra gold mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm super bullish on too. That and the Breath of the Wild 2, and there's a Pokemon that's coming out, and plus Splatoon was fucking huge, right? But that MMO is like the hidden gem in this that nobody seems to know about. Like Japan is fucking stoked about that game. And so I'm expecting it to all pop off because everything in Japan for Nintendo is more expensive than it is in the States. So they're going to see an influx of money there.
On those handheld PCs too, they've got the Switch emulators figured out. I've seen it on the Reddit forums. They got it all figured out.
I think the key there is that when you emulate Switch, you're never going to be able to do the multiplayer. So like if you're playing Splatoon 3 on an emulated Steam Deck or whatever the hell, you can play, sure, but there's not much point in playing the most popular game of the fucking year if you can't connect and shoot people in the face with paint, right? Like,
What's the demographic for Splatoon? Isn't that like mainly little kids that can't play like
you would think so.
FPSs because their parents don't let them?
You would think so, but it outsold Call of Duty, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, I play that game. I'm like 30 and I've always played games, and I bought it, and it was super fun because it's like very different from your average game. So I rarely buy games, but I liked it.
The
comment
section wants to know what's the Japanese MMO game.
Hey, what color is your mom's basement?
My mom's basement is pink. My mom's basement is green.
What is the Japanese MMO? They want to know.
I don't remember the name of it.
I think what's really being asked is, what do you guys think about Nvidia earning?
Burn to the ground.
Puts.
Calls. I'm going for calls.
Be down 3% pre-market.
One of the two
Last time-
will be correct.
I'm holding about 170.
All right, let's take the puts and the calls, guy, and let's have you guys fight to the death, and the rest of us will do whichever one wins.
Actually, can we take bets on who's going to survive that fight to the death?
So how does this work? 2 apes enter, 1 ape leaves?
Yeah, and whoever leaves is the DD.
Now we're talking.
Whoever survives is the play we all take. See how that works?
I will go first.
We'll put
So
it on
the
pay-per-view.
expected move is 13.
Somebody needs to call up Tina Turner. She's got money.
Wall Street's
No, this
pricing
dude's
in a
gonna do the
$13
Vega on
move.
you and make sure he's gonna kill you.
The near-dated options are pricing a $13 move in either direction. So if you think Nvidia is going to move more than roughly 8.5–9% in either direction, buy a strangle. Otherwise, sell the strangle.
I'm going naked on it.
Anyone playing TSM?
Here to tell us how to do this.
I like hearing about TSM. Talk to me.
What's there to play?
Berkshire just bought $4 billion.
Hell yeah, I'm playing TSM.
It's a $400 billion company, so they bought 1%.
I'm just saying. I was asking for an opinion. I don't know.
That did not sound like opinion.
Yeah, I'm looking for an opinion also.
Anyone playing TSM? Berkshire just bought $4 billion. I just want to hear your opinions.
Doesn't seem like a bad play. TSM's always been up to P&E is 1.77x.
My problem with TSM is how are they going to grow? Their manufacturing capacity has already been booked for, I think it's 2.5 or 3 years now. So in order for them to increase their earnings next year, they need to sell even further in the future manufacturing capacity.
They opening something in Arizona, I was reading.
Right,
Yeah,
that's already been paid for. They already have pre-orders for the chips coming out of that plant.
Good to go. Thank you.
My only caveat to that is that's also going to provide security as long as they got those contracts. As far as
You gotta get closer to the mic, brother.
Sorry, it's a lot of equipment in here. That may provide security in the future for those contracts and keeping people employed, which at least presents an opportunity to expand slowly.
Down from the boiler room. All right. Anybody else got any players today?
This is random and well fucking known company, but hear me out. Just fucking hear me out for 2 seconds. I just saw the whole trivia ordeal as a game on there. You can play with people, 2-player against other motherfuckers. If they upgrade that to where you can have groups of people from different households playing different groups of people from other households all around the world, if you got a bunch of dickheads going out to the bars just to do this shit, why not? Would you think it would work in a household environment?
What are you getting at?
So
No, I don't think
I'm
that the
thinking
trivia would
Netflix
work in the house.
by the end of the year is going to be minimum another up to 500 because of that trivia game. And then
what?
you somehow
Where does the trivia game exist? I think is what we don't know.
it pulled
I
up
think
on
is what
Netflix.
he's
Oh,
talking
my
about.
fault. I had it on one of my top recommendations on Netflix.
Oh, it's the
Pulled it
games
up
on
there.
Netflix. Okay, so
But trivia is a fucking good way to play that shit on their end.
So it's a
So-
Motherfuckers
Netflix game?
competing with each other while drinking beer, smoking a joint at the comfort of your own home.
all right, hear me out. Xbox 360 came out. There was a game on it called 1 versus 100. It didn't last very long, but that shit was popular as fuck. There was 100 people versus one person, and it was a trivia game. And I mean, it was seriously, people talked about that shit forever, and then it just died because they didn't want to support it or something. So what you're saying is very possible in Netflix because I've seen it be very successful on Xbox.
And
The trivia game in the ring.
You already got people that are all on fucking board. This whole ad shit and canceling fucking whatever login bullshit. How'd that plan out? More motherfuckers just signed up for their own shit.
I mean,
So I'm sorry. Is the thesis here that there's a trivia game on Netflix that is interactive from your own home and it's going to drive Netflix subscribers? Therefore, we should buy calls on Netflix.
All right,
I'm thinking in 2 earning calls, Netflix.
Correct.
My fucking half-retarded guess half-regarded guess in next 2 earning calls, Netflix is going to be 500.
What?
Wow.
I'd love
I
to see
think,
their
okay,
monthly
if he
active
makes the
user numbers.
Is he trying to retire early? I'm not sure what this play is.
Something's going on with that guy.
Stop it. I'm too regarded.
For a play long term, I have a question, Hardy. The past 2 years in a row, towards the end of November and December, Amazon went way far above 160. Like it touched 180 in November and December this time for the past 2 years in a row. And right now it's very, very low. And the calls just for above 145 are incredibly low as well. Does all of your Greek fuckery support the idea that that could happen again this year?
Was it a
I'm
no?
sorry. Is that a no?
It was a no.
Okay.
I'll say it in Spanish. No.
Thank you.
Just
Okay.
So, based on the analysis that I have, the Gamma Max, the price where there is a much higher likelihood where Amazon will continue to turn down is at 133 a share. So the 145s are cheap because it appears the bulk of the market as of today thinks the price is Amazon is overvalued at 133 a share. Now, if you think the market is wrong, you're welcome to bet against it with those 145 calls. But at least for Amazon, it's exceedingly rare to go above their Gamma Max. Or whenever they do, there's usually a sharp downturn within a week.
Thank you for explaining that. Yeah, I don't understand all the gamma shit, so I really appreciate that.
For everyone else here, if you go to my website, links are in my comments. I've summarized the Gamma Max as a red line against the blue underlying price line. And all you need to do is look at the reactions whenever the blue line crosses the red line. and emphasis on the blue line doing the crossing. There are instances where the red line will sharply drop and cross the blue line, and then jump right back up the next day.
Hardy, shouldn't you refer to these as crayon lines?
Well, yeah,
Better tasting crayons.
These
Better-
crayons
yeah, better
are
tasting
wrinkle
crayons.
brain, taste better. They even got
Organic
glitter.
crayons.
Doing God
Whole
work.
Foods type shit.
Can I take a quick pivot? Sorry,
Wait,
Hardy, go ahead.
I'd like to say some stuff.
Oh, nice. Yes, we're here.
Is that the slut spoiler? Holy shit!
This is the one and only.
Go get
on a couch every fucking morning. Jesus Christ.
Well, okay, so let's get Nvidia. The thing about Nvidia, when Ethereum changed from proof of work to proof of stake, you've got a whole bunch of crypto miners selling off their cards. So there's this whole influx of reselling the cards that Nvidia is not going to get a share of. Their new 40 series GPU is so bulky. It's so it's too powerful. Actually, it's setting on fire in people's consoles or in people's setups and rigs. And it's actually not even good, really. The 3080
the chips are on fire?
Let him finish.
The cards are drawing so much power that they are damaging themselves in people's home rigs. Not.
They melt the cables. They melt the cables. To make a long story short, they get so hot drawing the power that they're melting the plastic insulation around cables.
Okay, so what's the play? What's the point here?
Puts. The point is puts. Next
Okay,
is
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When the 1080 was catching on fire when it came out, and it was the fucking benchmark card, and literally everybody on the planet was like, "Holy shit, a 1080 is amazing!" It was catching people's computers on fire, and they still sold the absolute fuck out of them. What makes you think that Nvidia is going to go down because the same thing's happening today?
If they catch on fire, that just means they want to buy another one.
Beneficial.
I think because they're competing.
They're going to RMA the thing.
The 40 series doesn't even fit in people's computer.
It doesn't matter. That's better. That's good for me. Now I can tell my friends that my dick is bigger than theirs.
Oh my god.
The reason
I'm just giving out the information. I was doing a bunch of research, but I wanted to say about
TSM covered Nvidia pretty
fire and Nvidia.
November 18th.
All right.
155 puts for $2.
Please just one at a time. I think no one can hear if everyone's talking over each other.
You guys ever buy calls or puts that aren't like within 2 days of expiration?
What's the MSRP of a 3080? Because I'm currently on eBay sold listings to see the historical sale price, and 3080s are going for around $400 to $600.
Should you use eBay as a price indicator for that? Don't they gouge it terribly?
Yes, you absolutely should use eBay. Is it new or used?
It's a closer. Some are pre-owned, some are new. New ones are going for. Let's see, where's the new?
6 top end.
The most recent new one sold for $800.
Yeah.
On new leg.
On the older 10 series, didn't they just fix that with thermal tape?
What's the MSRP on a 3080? Because that appears to have a lot of stock.
I don't know at the moment.
I think it's around 900.
Okay, so the way I see it, because there's this glut.
$699.
All right, because there's this glut of inventory that's still available to buy on eBay, it probably means any new cards that are being set up or being released by Nvidia will not be sold, at least direct to consumer. It's unclear to what extent their data center consumption is going to be high.
Are you factoring in the distrust for anything used because of the crypto mining market?
I assume the price reflects that.
It's nobody's buying them. Me as a gamer, another miner won't even buy them. Most people are going to buy used cards.
You can't mine Ethereum anymore, so you're not going to be able to use.
I know, but the saturation of the market for these cards that are pre-owned, that saturation is coming from miners that have realized that they're not going to make money anymore. So there's a shitload of 3080s on the market that are cheap as fuck that nobody is buying because they're all burned up.
I'm using the completed listings search on eBay. So these are transactions that actually happened.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Right, we've got 2 minutes to open. We'll keep the conversation going here instead of on Discord, but let's get on to our plays and then keep things trade related, at least for the next minute.
I got
Advanced auto parts down 15% pre-market. Santa Claus rally's over. What up?
Which one, Skull?
Advanced auto parts.
Thanks.
I just wanted to ask, used cars went down. Is there any good used car plays to play?
Yeah, I still have puts on Carvana cashing in.
Same.
Yeah.
Here.
So if you haven't gotten in on the Carvana puts, it's not too late.
What about CarMax?
Sorry.
Used cars
CarMax.
went down.
CarMax.
Inventory is still highly
Yeah,
priced.
CarMax too.
So you're not going to have
CarMax.
any type of immediate reaction where it's good.
Thank you, helicopter. Thank you.
All right, we can keep going with the plays. Someone from YouTube is talking about Polestar, which got a $12 target from Citigroup, which is like 100% higher than it is now.
I'm looking at something called Silvergate Capital. They were down 17% yesterday. Looks like they're going down more today. I was going to buy puts on them. They were heavily involved with FTX as far as on the fiat side, and people are calling them out for being over leveraged, and they might be having a bank run on themselves right now.
What was the ticker for that thing on YouTube?
The Silvergate thing, SI.
I just want to mention something on YouTube.
The crypto bank, guys. It's the crypto bank. They won't even open an account for you unless other people in the crypto space personally rep for you. That's what's up.
Down
87%. Wouldn't that make the liquidity like less then? I mean, there's not that much opportunity for growth, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just telling you the way it is. Like, the only reason I have an account is because other people in the crypto space vouch for me.
I see. Thank you.
Well, SI just got downgraded.
Anybody have any good plays for next week? I guess next week is Thanksgiving, so just wondering if there's any plays for coming in for next week that we should be looking at for towards the end of the week.
Big lots down 10%.
Target's under 150.
Yes, speaking of Thanksgiving, just remember the market will be closed on Thursday of next week. So make sure you factor that into any plays you're making for the short term.
Also, half day Friday, no?
Think so.
What about Warner Brothers saying that advertising sucks? I mean, could that hit Snapchat more than it's already been hit?
Could go up, could go down.
Snap do.
I don't know if this is news or not, but it looks like Twitter is back on the exchange.
Don't think that would be correct. Where are you seeing that?
It's not on Robinhood, but I'm able to see the price.
What's the price?
53 a share.
I don't think that's correct. Hardy can.
No, that's from October 27th.
It'd be funny if it was, but I don't think so.
Yeah, the Friday after Thanksgiving is usually a nothing for the markets. It's like a light trading day.
Did anyone hear about the minks yesterday? I heard that in the Confused Money show. I guess there's 20 to 40,000 minks released.
Yes, we had 40,000 minks get released here in Ohio, and they're asking people to please hunt them. They're just all over, just minks everywhere.
But that was next to the turkey factory, right? Or turkey farm?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to attack the turkeys. Minks typically do that, but we'll see.
And for those that don't know, they like to eat meat, livestock, as you may. They do not like their they do not like their meals not breathing. They have to be breathing in order to have a appetite.
Yeah, they're pretty terrifying. So we're gonna go hunt them.
Who doesn't?
Is there like a truck that crashed with a bunch of minks in it?
Apparently, a Greenpeace style group just released 40,000 minks out of an industrial farm, just like out into the wild, which is pretty much an ecological disaster. Yeah,
That's a lot of animals.
I never knew minks had to fucking have their food still breathing. That's fucking. Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Some people are picky about their food. Some people like their fish live. Some people like them cooked.
No, I
Sushi.
work with a grown ass fucking man who won't eat chicken on the bone.
How do the minks taste, Scott?
I don't know, but I'd like to see if they like green peas.
I don't know. I'm more interested in making my wife a coat out of them. But yeah,
Mink coats.
Dude, I've held a couple of those little motherfuckers because my buddy owned them. They're soft as fuck.
They make good scarves.
I think that's all we need to know.
What's your DD? They're soft as fuck. All in.
Just brown them up a little bit. Throw some cipollini's and carrots in there. A good red wine, some chicken stock. Throw a lid on it. Put it in the oven for about 45 to an hour.
Hendrix, nice.
Set it
When
and
you need
forget
your
it.
cooking recipes, turn to Hendrix.
So during these tough times, because it's inflation, we need alternative foods to eat. So what other foods could you suggest? What about boxes?
Fava beans.
Oof, with a nice Chianti. Yes.
I've noticed that my question is BJ's publicly traded? They're a competitor to Costco. I've been to Costco. I've been to BJ's. They're both pretty similarly priced.
Mine are publicly traded.
It is indeed publicly traded.
Very bullish on BJ's. Very bullish.
BJ's is reporting tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
DWAC.
Oh, the other BJ. Okay, gotcha.
Just a heads up, DWAC is crashing, so I'm not going to try to enter the buy right anymore. IV's already starting to come down.
Thank
you. Can't be very confident about his presidency then, if DWAC is crashing.
Has nothing to do with his presidency, especially if he got his Twitter account back.
Oh, did he? I didn't know if he did.
Also, Rumble seems to be dropping as well.
We were talking about minks earlier. Made me think about clothing stores. Took a look at Aritzia. Surprised to see that it's been up so much in the past 6 months when everything else has been kind of dying. It's almost flat year to date.
What's the ticker there? Opinion? Aritzia.
Aritzia, ATZ, and that's also on the Toronto Stock Exchange.
The other apparel play that's up is On. I cashed in one call at 150% yesterday. I got another one waiting. That's still going up. They've been doing pretty good.
Yeah, some guy stole my debit card information to buy like $165 worth of their merchandise.
Sorry about that. Thank you for your contribution.
That's ON. Did I hear that right?
ON, yes.
Yeah, someone mentioned that on the morning talks. Like, I want to say like 2 months ago. Someone was like, "This shoe company."
Yeah, the footwear.
Yeah, that's when I bought the calls about 2 months ago, like long dated calls for January, and they've been doing really good.
They're saying ON.
That's correct. Oscar November.
Is it trading on the Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, Amex?
I think it's
Is that
Nasdaq.
the one with the mycelium? Is that the mycelium one? Mushroom?
I believe so.
Yeah, it might be some grown shit. It's organic, probably from Northern
it's
Europe.
mycelium. Yeah, it's some
they're kind of
mycelium.
crazy.
Sorry,
grow
what
the
does
shoes?
ON do?
What?
What does ON do?
They
They
make
make
biodegradable. They make shoes out of biodegradable material. Is that correct?
That's correct. And what's his name?
They had their earnings today, and they're down for 6%, even though they beat by 4. Sorry, who the fuck I interrupted? My bad.
Yeah, Carvana is also down 6% today.
Yay.
I will be buying another pair of on shoes for Christmas for myself.
Target is down 15%, but looks like it's slightly edging up. Oh no, never mind. Sorry.
On a separate note, it looks like Home Depot's also crashed. What exactly is going on? Because I see Lowe's. I had calls for Lowe's due to Home Depot's positive run up yesterday, and Lowe's is doing good. What the heck's going on?
Retail
Reaction to
Florida.
Target. It's the same way with Snapchat and Meta. So because Snapchat always announces before Meta, I usually buy puts on Meta ahead of Snapchat earnings because when Snapchat announces bad news, everyone thinks Meta has the same bad news. But prior to the bad news, relatively few people think to buy puts on Meta for Snapchat earnings. So I get in at much cheaper IV.
Yeah, you were selling some $90 puts on Meta, weren't you? Must have cleaned up pretty nicely.
Oh, yes. I got my premium. I got some shares. I sold them for like a 20% gain. I'm sitting pretty.
Nice, nice. How's Simple doing?
I didn't ask. He won't tell.
When does Snap report?
Their next report, let's see. They haven't formally announced their next earnings report, but expect it to come out in February.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto the I-20.
When are you leaving for your cruise, Hardy?
December 18th.
Nice.
SPY is moving downwards. Not that you can gain much information from the first few minutes of SPY. It's pretty erratic.
Whoever's on the I-26, I just want to let you know that there is on the I-26E.
Thought it was I-25, dog.
Oh, is it I-25? Okay, I was just say there's a slow traffic. So
I've never heard of fast traffic.
Also,
I was
Lockheed
gonna say,
Martin.
what a fucking gentleman for giving that person the heads up. There's gonna be traffic, and then that comment comes in.
Lockheed Martin is down as well today, even though it spiked yesterday because they've discovered it probably wasn't an attack. So Lockheed
Well,
Martin.
the main thing is that it wasn't. They're not speculating that Russia fired the missile. They're saying that it was Ukraine firing defensive missiles trying to shoot down Russia strikes.
Yeah, so
they're
essentially it
still
was Ukraine.
blaming Russia for it, but it's not in a way that Russia could be, culpable for it and be considered an act of war. So due to the fact that we're not headed straight to World War III as of yesterday, a lot of people are like, okay, so there's not going to be value in this.
Pretty much, yeah. So they've essentially taken the blame off of Russia in terms of being able to say this would trigger Article 4, right?
Article 5.
It's triggered, yeah. Article
No,
5 is
4
the
is
one that
first.
causes World War III.
Article 4 is first. They can't just trigger Article 5 without meeting first. So,
And to be clear, some people are still like, for example, the UK Prime Minister said, regardless of whose missile it was, it's still Russia's fault. So there's clearly some people chomping at the bit to trigger Article 5.
I mean, I would think that countries would literally want to avoid World War III at all fucking costs.
Well, I mean, they would just start doing flyovers over Ukraine and just take control of the airspace and really change the whole game over there.
And to be fair, the guy who said that is in a politically challenged environment, and he's just trying to hold on to a job.
Yeah, I mean, if a comedian starts World War III, that's egg on everyone's face. Sorry, but nobody wins that one.
That's a
But
fucking fact.
The people who actually attacked the Polish, their government has literally said it was not directly the Russians attacking us. It was an accident, essentially. So that I suppose they're the authority on it. It's their country. That's it, I suppose.
Target down 24%.
Sorry, what
So
did you
going
say?
back to
Sorry.
Nintendo, their PlayStation's business model used to be selling the PlayStations at a loss, but then selling the games at a gain. So the more Switches that get sold, that's the more customers that get locked in, and then that's increasing the revenue of when they buy the games year over year.
Yeah, that's actually a common tactic across all console sellers, is that they'll sell the console at a loss to get profit off of the games.
This is in economics, we call this a loss leader. And, basically like razor blades do the same thing. Like the handle costs more than the razor blades, but they sell the handle because you'll buy the razors.
I thought it's the other way around. They give you the handle for free. They sell you the razors.
Well, that's exactly it. But they eat the cost of the handle, right? They're not making any money off of it. Just like printer companies, they eat the cost of the printer, but they sell you the ink at a premium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
screw
but
that.
Gillette's got a fucking ridiculous method with that. It's like $15 for a nice razor, Mach fucking 17, razors out the ass, coming every angle. $15, all yours. But you can only use these certain type of razors.
That's why I use
And
the
when you're out
safety
with the
razor.
two, you got
And
five
this is-
fucking razors that can only go on that shit for $30 a pop.
I'm
And
gonna
this
go
is
ahead and
another-
guess you got a pretty hairy back.
Oh fuck no, just my taint.
And this is meta strategy, right? Meta strategy with the headsets.
Sorry,
Like selling the headsets at a loss to get people into VR. Same deal.
Speaking of hair, is there any good laser companies that are on the market?
Micro motherfucking vision. Sorry.
Boom.
I don't think that's the laser he's talking about.
I know, but the first time I haven't mentioned that shit. So I fucking took advantage of it. Okay, bye.
A few Bumblebee, in case you're still here. Look at the historical delta for today's at the money contract on target so you can get a sense of what probability the market had assigned for target hitting that, for target falling 15% by today. I'm going to guess it's in the single digits. Also, I'm in the market for a color laser printer. Can anyone offer some recommendations?
Well, there's always Espen.
Not any without sarcasm.
It's cheaper to go to like a UPS store. Just get it done there.
Canon.
Yeah, I print in excess of like 2,000 pages a year. A lot of them
Poof.
color. So
Probably still cheaper.
Nope.
Probably works out still cheaper. And you get better quality.
There's no way it's going to be cheaper when, UPS is doing it with an upcharge.
I'm not sure if
Yeah,
this guy has FedEx or UPS calls, but either way, yeah, get a printer.
No, you should definitely use UPS. They're good.
Up 20% on my Sky Zero DTEs. Thinking about taking now.
How's that working? Is liquidity nice on those DTEs, considering the fact that they opened up more days on those spies?
Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge.
Hey, Hardy, I would get the Brother MFC wireless color printers. Pretty good.
Those are ink though, right? Not laser.
No, they should be laser. It's color laser printer.
Right. I'll have a look at those. Thank you.
Why do you need a color laser printer, Hardy? Are you planning on pulling a J Powell and printing your own money?
Yes.
A really good printer is
That's
actually
$1 bill,
is the Canon one. It's the MF656C DW. Lasts for a long time. Don't have to fill it up that much.
So, did you guys read the news about Apple buying domestic chips? They're going to be buying them from Arizona, looks like, or I think this is going along my tinfoil hat idea that domestic production of chips are going to be starting to be made out of this cubic boron arsenide substrate. And they're going to be in cell phones. They're going to be in trading computers on the exchange. They're going to be in AI. They're going to be in military tech. They're going to sell them to China for their security. systems, surveillance systems. So yeah, I'm playing TSMC for that, but I'm also looking at NXPI, which is another semiconductor company. They are not American, but they have their facility in Texas, which I think is where the hotspot's going to be for these new super fast chips. Turns out that they're not only 10 times thermal conductive, they're actually better at passing electrons in holes. So they're perfect. They're amazing.
Everyone likes transferring through holes.
Oh yeah, put it in the holes.
Hello.
Hell yeah.
To cut out China. Is that the reason they're doing it? To bring manufacturing to the US and to cut China out of it?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I think they're going to leave. TSMC is going to leave their silicon factories for China. That's what I. This is tinfoil hat shit right here. But Xi Jinping and Biden were having that meeting, and he was saying how they're going to work together or whatever. But I think he's just going to. I think they're going to. They've been establishing sort of contention in the area, scaring Taiwan semiconductors of an overtake of China, and that gives them the incentive to move their operation to Texas, and they're going to open up like 20,000 or 200,000 jobs for these Taiwanese people. So you're going to have all the brain drain caused by this embargo from Biden, where nobody's allowed to sell them any manufacturing equipment, nobody's allowed to sell them any advanced chips, nobody's allowed to share patents. The guy who invented this cubic boron arsenide production process was investigated to make sure that he wasn't like a Chinese spy or whatever. He was cleared and all that stuff. But yeah, so this is a long-term play. But if you can make a chip that is 20 times, 10 times faster, you could be doing encryption, decryption faster than a silicon chip would even recognize it. You could front run trades. I'm just thinking of all the insane things that you could do if you had that stuff hidden in places. So of course they don't want China to get any of this stuff, and China's going to have these silicon chips, and they're going to be happy. But America's won the space race here.
Where can I get those tinfoil
Here's
hats?
a potential alert. I mean, for long, so Volta charging, VLTA, it's kind of volatile in the past few days, but it's the
below 500 million. We don't talk about stocks below 500 million market cap.
Is it not? It should be
Showing 121.
He did. Okay. Yep, I just saw there's analysts that were going back and forth on it, and the same analyst like redacted his stuff and went all the way up to $2 for the guy. My bad.
Hey, whoever was just talking about that new super chip, can you please little DM on what the actual name of it is? Because I'm regarded.
What do you want? Well, I also should say this. I realize I haven't said this. I'm an electrical engineer.
The ticker.
There is no ticker. It's a type of material, but America's got it.
Yeah, I was more hoping to get the DM or the actual name of the material so I could do the research. With all due respect. Fuck your engineering degree. I do respect that, but I want to do my own research.
Yeah, no problem. Cubic boron arsenide. And if you go on my profile, I've got a strapped Intel DD. I guess you wouldn't find it. Yeah, sure. I'll get you some stuff. Who was this?
That would be me. I don't know if you can see me talking right now.
Mr. Box. His name's Mr. Box.
When two minds meld.
I have closed out my SPY puts at a 23% profit. This is my third day closing SPY out above 20%, which means I've almost paid for the ability to free roll my Tuesdays, Thursdays now that they allow 0 DTs on those days.
Fucking right. Nice job, dude.
What do you think, guys, Nvidia futures? Sorry? Hello? What do you think about Nvidia futures?
Is that Nvidia plays? Is that what he said?
Nvidia.
I don't know.
Nvidia.
The consensus was
Nvidia.
bucks.
I mean, they are
Yeah,
6%
go for
down
it.
today.
Yeah, do it.
I mean, they are 6% down today. And a new GPU has come to the market, like 4090 is in the market right now.
Just stay in 49 days. Then keep going up 50.
What do you mean? I mean, I'm talking about the Nvidia.
Yeah, I'm talking about Nvidia too.
I mean, but it's still down 6% today.
Yeah, sounds good.
Speaking of Nvidia, I'm thinking calls on SOXS, the chip bear ETF, because this might be a different way to play Cisco and Nvidia earnings. If they both tank, you could see a serious spike in SOXS because it is leveraged. It's taking off right now. Seems like there might be a lot of profit taking in the chips after that last huge run.
I did buy Nvidia puts for what it's worth, the 150 and the 145.
Same here. Currently up. What was that? SOSX?
SOXS, that's the bear ETF for the chip index.
Thanks, dude.
The inverse of that is SOXL, which is another Wall Street Bets favorite.
Yeah, Nvidia's kind of got diminishing returns with their latest products because they got so much of their past products available for cheaper used, and their ray tracing ability, which came out on the I think that was a 20 series, and their 30 series. The 40 series is sort of just like a bit more of a bastardized version of the 30 series that's more powerful, but it's just not. They've kind of gone off the rails as far as price to performance ratio. So it's really for enthusiasts only.
Right, and the stock went from what, like 108 to 160 on what exactly? You know?
So, what was that material that he was talking about for semiconductors?
Cubic boron arsenide.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for too. Cubic. Fuck me. All right. I'll keep listening.
Boron arsenide.
Cubic
boron arsenide.
Arsenide.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I recommend buying barrels and just accepting delivery.
Do I got to be here to sign for them, or like can I just drop it off on the porch?
I put that conductor. I typed it out in the comments for people that are looking for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I did that too.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. For us
feel
slower
like-
members.
Today we got a PhD in biotech and physics and chemistry. I feel like I'm basically.
Holy shit! This thing is conductive as fuck.
I just call them smart dudes.
So the Vizag chemical is located in India. So what's the play for America?
Yeah, what's the ticker for that?
Is there an Indian ETF? Like the Indian market itself is going to go up because with China out of the picture, who else can mass produce shit at very cheap prices?
Yeah,
We
I'm
got,
bullish on India.
Singapore and Vietnam.
Well, I'm from India, but I want to tell you something, guys. The market is rigged totally.
Yep.
Hello?
Thank you.
I mean, the whole Adani thing and the Ambani things are totally making market rigged. Like companies like Paytm. Like, have you heard about the SoftBank buybacking shares? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. We're just listening. Go ahead.
Like
I'm picking up my jaw.
SoftBank down like 12% yesterday, and it's buying its shares like $8 billion of shares for market. So it's selling its asset like uh, Paytm stocks and the money he invested in Indian companies.
Microsoft
So
was
that's
down,
the
and yeah, we understand. Can you come closer to the microphone? Not gonna lie, I can't really hear you that well. It's just someone muffled.
I'm wearing earbuds, so it's kind of hard for me. And the
All right,
network
maybe
is.
come back when you're not running. That'd be great.
I know I'm listening.
Where's
shares
where's
isn't-
the electrical engineer guy? Is he still here?
No, he's his name's the real Alex Lifeson, I think.
Yeah, because I'm looking this stuff up, and the potential of building anything that doesn't overheat is really cool. But I don't see any, because this material was just discovered or created properly this year.
For all we know, he could just be pushing a company. So, like I said, it was in
Well,
India.
there's no company. It's just a shitload of research about it coming to exist. There's no company. Like it this is a new material completely.
Sorry to interrupt. Carvana is down 10% from market open.
Nice.
So I got a pretty good money-saving life hack for you guys that shave. I can get about a year's worth of usage out of one single razor blade by using my arm hairs to sharpen the blade every so often.
What the fuck?
And it works amazing. It works amazingly well. I run the razor down my arm, like with the grain of the hair, from the elbow to the wrist, about 30 times, and it sharpens the blade like it's new. And I get about a year's worth of usage out of each razor blade.
This guy just wants to see a bunch of people with like stripes
Okay.
across their arm.
Have you been
to
working
say
on
this,
that joke all night?
unfortunately, that is
Because
not a
like,
good thing to do.
Yeah,
Do not
man.
do that, people.
yeah, you've been working on that joke all night, and this is not comedy hour. And if it was, man, you failed. Like, go back and write some new jokes.
Yeah, we gotta go look at stuff for Veterans Day still, man.
No. What was the question related to electrical engineering or semiconductor stuff? I missed part of it, but I was interested.
Yeah, some new material, Ben. It's in the
Can
chat.
I just say I did post it in the comments, the report about the Amazon or Apple and the Arizona.
This guy brought up cubic boron arsenide as a new chemical compound that's usable for semiconductors, and basically it's not practical to overheat. It's sorry.
The plant doesn't open until 2024, by the way.
Did you say 2020?
2024.
Oh, gotcha.
God damn, these GME puts are not going in the direction I want them to.
Gee, ooh. Wait, your puts aren't going in the way they wanted?
No,
Nvidia
sir.
and Microsoft join forces to launch artificial intelligence computer. Breaking news, 9:51 a.m.
Oh shit! Is it actually breaking news or?
No, but it sounded good, right? I mean, it's only like 6 minutes ago. No, whatever. Numbers.
No.
All right. So my thoughts on this news with Apple. Keep in mind, there's a reason that unless it's a really big semiconductor company making their own chips and their own fabs, there's a reason that that's outsourced to large fabs. And Apple takes on more risk trying to bring part of that in-house, including their own fab site. They have the volumes to where that could pay off, but that's also just a lot of risk. Those things are expensive investments. What I don't see though is if, they would be selling out some of their fab capability, in the event that they can't fill up the entire capacity themselves, which would put them in the semiconductor fab business.
Hi everyone, if I
may just give my 2 cents. It would make more sense to just license a material like that to TSMC or Global Foundries or Intel.
We'll say GME is looking pretty weak, and it would be a kind of good trade to piggyback on all this bad retail news, I think.
Oh, did we lose the space farmer? Or cell farmer, I mean. Oh, he's back. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the love for memes really died when interest rates got hiked and the market started to turn. And I don't know if that was what was causing the fervor to begin with, but it sounds like it's definitely lost its steam. I don't know if it'll come back in any meaningful way. AMC has lost so much ground. It's basically in a canyon at this point. Basically, any meme you can name is in tough shape. GME actually doing the best out of them.
I don't know. Some people may have been turned off by how culty things got. Like you couldn't even have a rational like debate or discussion or kind of chew out any due diligence. Like anything contrarian would immediately be called out as shilling. So it wasn't really fun to engage with those people.
Yeah, it's super toxic. We actually just added a couple new mods to help lower the toxicity, like that kind of stuff, in our community. So fingers crossed that pans out.
They get paid in preferred shares from for Reddit when they IPO.
Oh, we're killing it. We're killing it here.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to just sell my shares as soon as it doubles up the first moment and buy that yacht, make Bezos look like a toy boat.
You're gonna get
Reddit?
Are you gonna get a dick-shaped rocket?
And now I'll let him play out his fetishes on his own time.
I'm gonna build a vaginal rocket.
Oh, so you're gonna get screwed by Bezos.
Every day.
Oh, I finally just realized why everyone is so NSFW on these talks. It's because it's No Nut November. You're not getting your release anywhere else. That's why.
Who the fuck does that stupid shit?
Teenagers.
I was
I'm with that
proposing
guy.
no Dookie December. Just don't shit for the whole month. That was my proposition.
I'd rather do that than the other one. Fuck that other bullshit. Are you kidding me? I don't want to go to jail for just fucking killing someone on the crosswalk or fucking street light.
Yeah, and it's bad for your prostate. You know, you gotta ease the pressure.
Yeah,
All right,
somebody, you
all
just got to
the
tell your
pressure
wife for
easing.
medical reasons. Like, come on.
Who's trying to join me with No Nut 2023?
I know a couple of monks and
I
priests.
got a nice
that might
tree
be
that I
down.
can hang myself on. If it's going to be the whole fucking year, no nut.
All right. Note to self: don't bring up No Nut November again. These calls.
You've ignited the sense.
Sorry, you fucking jumped all over you on that one. It's my bad.
Opinion. I thought you were gonna go to D Nut calls or something.
D-Nut calls. I think that was Mask.
Ah, got it.
Don't try and pin this on me. Did you say got him?
Yeah.
If we were to have like a Wall Street Bets ETF, though, what would it have on it? What would be its holdings?
GME.
Dole. Inverse Kramer.
Dole.
Yeah, you got to have
Tesla.
Dole on there. You got to have Dole.
Wendy's probably.
Jack?
Oh, for sure, Wendy's.
Well, someone's
AMD.
got to provide. Someone's got to provide the dumpsters for Wendy's.
AMD, right?
I think
That's
it
waste
depends on
management.
the time frame you want to include, right? If we have the ones that were popular over a year ago that are down like 70 to 90%, that would be neat.
Everything's down.
But the more recent picks, Dole and all that, wouldn't be as exciting, but it'd be nice to have in there.
You got to go all the way back, get your blackberries and all them too.
Oh, that's way back. What about like the K-Bio, the AVXL, BGMD, all these ass biotech stocks?
Enron.
SR could be in there.
What is Skrelly pumping these days?
I think his like crypto scam died, so I'm not sure actually.
I have breaking news. He's applied to be the new CFO of Triple BY.
Oh, well, we saw how that went for the last guy, so
Sometimes in on the ground floor isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the ground level, especially with November ending soon.
No nut November ground approaching quickly.
That shit's got to land somewhere.
Where's Desmond? I need this market to crash, bro.
So someone was talking about the chips. I was taking a shower because I gotta get to work. But what's the play? What's the company? It's gonna be American companies. They're gonna be getting their boost in their stock from tax breaks and incentives from the government. So that's what I would start looking for. Right now, there's a vote on the 17th for NXPI to get $100 billion from the government as a tax break. That vote goes on the 17th. I don't know when it's going to be done counting, though. So I'd love to get a call on that, but I don't know. Then there's Intel. Intel's got is building up a manufacturing plant somewhere down in Texas, which is right next to where the University of Houston is, which is where they're starting to make these chips. Intel.
Texas Instruments.
What? No, the university. No, it's like it's MIT developed it. Texas the University of Houston made the chip. They actually followed the process. So Intel is building up this huge factory down there. It's not. I wish I had a play right now, but it looks like 2024 the Arizona factories are going to be up. I don't have a date for when the Intel factories are going to be finished setting up, but they're gonna rule the world with this.
With a chip?
Oh, and Samsung also. Samsung's you gotta look at Biden's embargo list. Who's not allowed to have this? Nvidia is not allowed to have it. AMD is not allowed to have it. Taiwan Semiconductors is partnered with these Texas people, so they're going to get a boost from this. They're exempt. Samsung's exempt. Intel's exempt. Intel started up a new research and development lab for their GPUs. I am under the suspicion that part of this research and development team and budget is going to seeing how they can integrate their software and all the other stuff into this new material. Chips made out of this new material.
Fuck Joe Biden.
What the fuck?
I agree. He's way too fucking
Fuck
old. I
believe
it's
pronounced like
still make money.
Well, I'm under the firm.
Whoa! Back that up.
Puts on Biden.
Nice.
Where's the student loan debt relief, bro?
So that would mean puts on China.
That got put on hold.
No, that would be puts on ice cream.
On hold for how long?
I think a Texas
It's
court
been blocked
ruled it
by.
unconstitutional.
Yeah, so this thing's probably headed to the Supreme Court, which I think is most likely going to get struck down.
So
They're
all
moving
a
so
fraud.
that Dems need to get reelected in 2024.
so it's never gonna happen.
They
Yeah.
knew what the fuck they were doing.
Hey, did you guys see the UK inflation numbers? Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, I saw that and I was thinking, I was wondering if the US markets would react to that. One of the headlines from Bloomberg was pound takes off, or no, pound takes a hit after traders are confounded by increasing inflation. And I'm just picturing the same headline in the US when the next data comes out, but it was definitely seemed a little bit shocking to the people over there. It's like a 10 or 11% inflation print.
11.1.
I'll tell you this, I go out every single morning and spend money on basics and food and home goods for my restaurant, and we are not out of the woods. It's gotten worse, literally in the last 2 weeks. This is literally, they're just feeding good news. They're skewing the numbers for the holidays, but trust me, January and February is going to be a fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, the
How
CEO
expensive
of
is your oil?
That's why my plan has been, once this gets to 410 to 420, to start putting my 3-month puts in. There's no way around it. They're pumping it up to bring it back down.
All my cooking oil is short of, olive oil is up about 30% since pre-COVID, and all of my other cooking oils are over 100%.
Yeah,
How
CEO
about
of
fuel- how about
Chipotle
fuel
says
oil?
10% inflation in food in the Q4. That's the projection from Chipotle CEO. That's what he sees. But
Yeah, because I'm seeing more like 50%. Like I'm seeing doublings. I'm seeing literal shortages because wholesalers don't want to buy the back end stock to even charge us what they would have to charge us.
yeah, the whole oil thing got messed up because I think they had destroyed a sunflower seed oil plant in Ukraine, which they were like the biggest
But the
sunflower
oils was a long time ago. At least on the at the retail level, like at like retail wholesale level, the oils was a long time ago. That was one of the first things to really spike when the shipping issues started.
I just bug out every time I pay $9 for 4 sticks of fucking regular butter. That shit blows my mind.
I just paid $5 per on a head of romaine.
Oof.
It's going to be mixed though, because the like the at least in construction, some of the prices are starting to come down because the slowdown in demand. So like the core stuff, like I think the fuels and the food are going to go up, but a lot of the other stuff like big ticket items and discretionary spending should be starting to go down.
We'll see. I hope so. I want them very much to have not fudged those numbers up and for us to start going down, because I don't want to have to raise my prices again. Like I'm in a comfortable spot right now because I assumed hikes on everything during COVID, so I raised my prices like projecting that way. But if it keeps going, I'm gonna have to do it again. It'll be the second time inside of 6 months.
That's when the
I was-
customers start complaining.
No, they didn't even blink when I did it the first time. Everybody's under the same pressure. I think they all know, right? Because I mean, they're paying for more at their groceries at home. They understand, right? At least my demographic like does, right? Like I'm not getting any pushback whatsoever from the price increases. Nothing from the consumer.
So I was reading, someone said on Reddit somewhere that the reason, or part of the reason for that UK inflation number being so high, was because the pound was so low for a while. And I guess their thinking was that if the pound was weaker, then that was causing prices to increase even more. Does that make sense to you guys? And if so, would that suggest that maybe our next CPI is going to be pretty high if the dollar index keeps going down?
Yeah, now you're getting it. That's exactly the theory. Is that the weaker dollar, while bullish for equities, is only bullish to a certain degree, because after a certain point, commodities become so expensive, and we're just gonna have to raise rates even more.
So does that bring the AGNC thing back to the forefront?
I missed the AT&T thing. I don't know what you were talking about.
I'm not the one that should be necessarily describing the play to you. There was Strovail. I don't know if she's in the room, but she brought
Yeah,
that up.
that's the
That's
put play.
yeah, that's her play, and it was about dollar strength. That's all I remember. It's a leveraged ETF that I think moves inverse to the dollar, or correct me if I'm wrong, Sad. It was along those lines.
That I'm not certain of. I'd have to look.
I mean, the dollar really
Quick
can't go
interruption. Remind me to blow whoever put that put on Nvidia in my head. Thank you. Up 16% so far. Heart.
Just a quick update. Carvana is now down 12% from market open.
I cashed out. Thank you, Carvana, for tanking.
Imagine if you did the put on the video yesterday when it was at 170.
Don't do that to me. All right. I'm feeling good.
Is that just
Don't let
the
this
IV
emotional
cranking
roller
up?
coaster go down. I will take my $60.
Yeah, that's what I did on what was it? That was on the Coinbase earnings day that just rode the IV and just sold right before close, where everybody got trapped in that crazy that crazy play. Honestly, if you're a cheapskate, riding the IV into earnings and just dipping before they even come out is kind of an awesome play.
That's when you sell at 100% profit and you just let the rest ride on their money.
Hell yeah. Easier said than done, but fucking right. That's the way to do it.
Geez, the SOXS position I took pre-market up almost 11%. Chips getting slaughtered.
Yeah, I'm up a little bit on that too. I didn't throw a bunch of money. That was just straight up fucking shares. I bought 10 of them, but up 1 point, whatever. Over 1 fucking percent. $4.
Is anything even green other than like CVS? Honestly, it seems like the whole market's just kind of down.
SPXS is up.
On the S&P, McDonald's, AbbVie is up. Eli Lilly, Procter and Gamble, Pepsi.
Would that be a better strategy to
Johnson
see
and
who's up
Johnson.
and short from 6 months from now?
United Health is up. Walmart's
Is
up.
healthcare up as a sector?
Pfizer's up. JP Morgan's up lightly. So those are all up lightly. 2% down to 0.5%. Most of the S&P though is down.
Healthcare has seen some profit taking in the last week or two.
2 words: quantitative tightening.
You've been saying this for 2 days or something.
Yeah, $90 billion worth of quantitative tightening coming off their balance sheet. It may affect the market slightly. We were at the largest, almost the largest inverse that we've been between the 2-year, 10-year bonds this morning. So this pullback's expected from the high rise. I expect Thursday and Friday for S&P and Dow to finish upward slightly because there's too many puts out there to pay. And there's not a lot of puts next week. So if there is a big pullback, it'll be next week.
When do the the 5 day a week 0 DTE start?
It's already started. Yesterday was the first day for trading on TD Ameritrade for Tuesday 0 DTEs. They have the Thursdays in there now. They've been programming them in little by little, and I don't see next week's Thursday on there yet for TD Ameritrade, so they'll keep programming them in little by little. But it started already yesterday.
I'm gonna have to pick me up some of those.
Does that affect the Greeks at all? I feel like fucking theta decay is just happening a lot faster these days ever since that shit started. Or I'm just picking bad positions, one or the other.
Puts on Greek salads? Is that what I heard?
And Greek yogurt.
Sorry, that was awful. I'm sorry.
Revenge is a dish served better with cold feta.
Oh, damn.
That was good.
Yeah, that was. I like
All right,
that.
you fucking regards. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta go walk the dog. Peace out, homies.
Later, guys. Thank you for the great input.
All right, guys, what are you thinking? You think we wrap it up here?
May as well. I gotta
I don't see why
get
not.
going.
All right. Well, in that case, thank you everyone for hanging out and making this chat great. There's always the VC and Discord if you want to talk more. And things are when there's no talk going on either here and Confused Money. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for coming out.